Good day, everybody, and welcome back to part 6 of the Hobby Lobby Telemaster 66 build. We got a couple of cool things coming up, so stay tuned. Okay, and we are back working on the Aileron linkages here, control arms. Basically, I got a piece of the aileron cut off to make the trailing edge at the fuselage. I routed in a groove. To accept the push rod here, the control horn, whichever part you want to call that, and it fits in there. Works real good. It's not glued in right now, so it's not going to play nice. But yeah, that's it. So basically I'm going to trim up these grooves a little bit more to get these to fit in there just a little bit nicer. And then we'll get them glued to the wing. As you can see with this one, I wasn't paying attention and I accidentally cut this notch on the wrong side. It should have been on the bottom. This is the bottom. But I'll fill that in with a little bit of filler or something. I was going to make another one, but I'm not starting out with a new groove on a new piece. I'll just fill that in. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to get these glued to these trailing edge pieces, being very careful not to glue the actual linkage part. And I will be right back. Okay, and we are back. Got the trailing edge sections glued on here with the control rods inside. Made up a couple of push rods here. Have a Z-bend on this end. I used my Z-bend tool. I love this thing. This is probably one of the best tools that I have. It makes real short work out of making these Z-bends. So yeah, I got the control rods made. Now, as a part of the final setup, I will adjust the aileron movement throws. And I'll be able to adjust that by moving this piece up or down, or moving the control rod in or out here. Now, I'm probably going to end up moving it in at least one more hole, because I don't think I need that much movement. But like I said, we'll make all those final adjustments at the end. So yeah, looking pretty good. I think now I'm going to clean off the bench here, get the fuselage back up here, because there's still a few items on the short list that we need to get done for that. So let me clean this up real quick, and I will be right back. Just to get you caught up to what I've been doing offline, if you remember, I said that I had test fit the landing gear wires and they weren't laying flat, so I was going to need to adjust them somehow. So investigating it, I discovered that the landing gear wires were just a little too long for this slot here. So basically I took about 1/8 of an inch or so off of the end of the landing gear wire there, and then it fit down perfectly flat, both of them. And they gave me basically 4 little self-tapping wood screws to hold the straps in place here. I didn't like that, so basically I went to these little hex bolts here. drilled the holes, drove the hex bolts in, and then underneath here I mounted the blind nuts. So yeah, that ended up being really nice and strong, I think. We'll see. Okay, so I also mentioned that I was waiting on a plastic battery tray to fit in here. It was supposed to be here, I think, last Monday. It's still not here. Could be a few more days. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to end up making one of my own. Is what I should have done in the first place. And I'll just save the other one when it arrives for another project. Okay, flipping this thing over. Working on the hatch. I glued a piece in here to give me a lip for the hatch to seat into. And basically, this key here, I had another one up here. I had to remove it because it ended up being in the wrong place. So I moved it back here a little bit. And then I made a little grooved piece here. Let me see if I can show you. And that will fit right in here. Like that. It's good sideways. It's good from coming off the top. Now we'll put some magnets or something back here. Which is probably what I'm going to work on next. I'm going to put a piece in here somewhere. Put a couple magnets. We'll see if the 2 magnets is enough. It should be, because it fits on there really tight. So hopefully 2 magnets will do it. So that's where we're at with the fuselage. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this hatch, get those magnets installed, and then we will see about fabricating a battery tray. And I will be right back. Okay, and we are back again. Magnets are installed in the hatch, installed in the fuselage. I took a piece of scrap balsa here, sanded a 45 to give me the same contour as this windscreen here, glued it up against there, drilled a couple holes, put the magnets in, epoxied them in, and basically it's still a very tight fit. That's the sound we want to hear when our magnets are working. Okay, and we are back. I got to start on a rudimentary little battery tray here. Made out of a little bit of ply. Battery will go in right here like this. By the way, we're using a 4S 4000. Hopefully that's going to be adequate. It should be. And then I'll have a piece of Velcro down the center here and on the bottom of the battery, and that'll Velcro in, and then there'll be another piece of Velcro strap across the top here to hold it in there nice and secure, and that should work pretty good. And then the battery will go down in here, battery tray, excuse me. It'll attach in there somewhere. Now I'm not going to glue it in just yet, because as I've mentioned a couple times before, I wanted to sort of mock up the weight and balance as best I could, as close as I could, roughly anyways. So I'll put the battery in the tray, stick it in there, put the hatch on, put the wings on, tack the tail on, put the wheels back on, and at least see if we're close. Remember, I still got the servos I can adjust. I still don't have the receiver, the ESC placed, so there's fiddle room there too, to get the weight right. But yeah, looking pretty good. Simple enough. It took me like 5 minutes to make that. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on. I'm going to see if I can't get this thing put all together roughly, and at least see if we're close on the balance. If not, we can make some adjustments. I'm actually thinking about screwing in this plate somehow, as opposed to gluing in case I need to make a different one, in case we have to go to a bigger or smaller battery. Well, smaller won't be an issue, but bigger will be, because this tray is made for this battery. But again, I don't expect a problem with that. So, okay, I'm going to think about this a little bit more, see what else we can get done here, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. And I've got some terrific news. So I installed the wings on, put the battery in, put the hatch on. I taped the bottom sheeting on. I mocked up the stabilizer and taped the elevator on, taped the ailerons on, had everything, put the wheels back on, had everything in this plane that was going in this plane minus the receiver and the ESC. But the weight came out absolutely perfect. We have a flat airplane without any tweaking yet. So I'm really stoked about that. It's always been a concern when I was starting out from nothing. And it turned out absolutely perfect. I can't really ask for this to be any closer. The only thing that wasn't in the airplane was the ESC and the covering. Everything else was attached in its place, mocked up. So yeah, I'm very, very happy about that. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish up this battery tray. I'm going to get it installed permanently, and I'm going to get this bottom sheeting on and see if we can't start sanding some of this thing. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I will be right back. Okay, we are back. Got the battery tray in. Got some Velcro in there to help secure it in there. That went in so freaking easy. I just can't believe it. I'm going to turn this over. Show you the bottom. That's what the bottom of the tray looks like. It's glued in down here at the top and up against the firewall at the front. So yeah, so now I'm going to take a little break and think about it here for a second. I think I'm ready to put this bottom sheeting on. I can't think of anything else that needs to go on there. So we'll get that on, and then we'll start sanding. So, okay, I think that's where we're going to leave it for this week. Got a lot more done. Got the battery tray in. Got the aileron linkages set up. But wow, that weight and balance, the balance is just unbelievable. It's just really, I'm tickled to death about that. It came out spot on, and the servos were in the neutral position. Remember, I have all that area down here where I can slide it around. Well, that balance was set up with the servos right in the middle. So there's still a little tweaking I could do at the end if I need to, but we'll get to that. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, leave a comment if you'd like. I'd really love to hear from you. And please subscribe. It really helps me to figure out who's watching and what people might like to see. So stay tuned, everybody. The next video will be up in a week or so, and we should be covering the plane by then. So we'll see what we can get done then. And until then, thank you very much, everybody, and take care. Bye-bye.